Hi guys, this is Dr. Angus Pike here from Chiropractic Masterclass events, and I'd like to welcome you back to another session with Dr. Russ Rosen. G'day Russ, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Aloha, gang.
So Russ is coming out here to Melbourne and Sydney on July 5th and 12th for our Communication Masterclass. In the morning, Russ is going to be spending the first 3.5 hours of the morning really diving very deep into how we can inspire long-term relationships with our clients, how we can communicate with our practice members, our patients in a totally non-sleazy, non-pushy, non-salesy type of way. I want to touch on a couple of things here, Russ, because there's been some real changes in terms of how we can communicate and advertise to our communities nowadays over here in Australia. We're no longer able to use testimonials. We're no longer, at the time of recording this, able to use time-limited types of advertising. So it's narrowed the gap of how many practices are able to reach their community. Now, I've always said that the strongest base for a chiropractic practice is one that has strong internal referrals as well. So the communication strategies that you teach and have been teaching for years, one of the brilliant side effects to those is they really spike internal referrals. They are a very powerful form of advertising as well. So can you perhaps talk us through what are the keys, if our chiropractors out there are wanting to stimulate more internal referrals, what are the keys to that underpin internal referrals?
Yeah, so here's the deal on this, and look, obviously there's so much to this, but can you imagine a patient really understanding the value of what you do for them? I mean, really getting it, because in our program, they will get it. They'll literally say by the end of the exam, I understand I have subluxations. It could be causing my headaches, as well as my sinus problems, and I have ones that could be causing my indigestion and PMS. And man, I know what probably brought this on, and I know what will happen if I don't get it taken care of. And if I do, I can not only feel better and prevent problems in the future, most likely, but I could literally reverse the effects of the aging process. I could be healthier in 5 years than I am right now, and I could have a better life. Now, imagine that they understood that. Imagine that their experience at your office is a great one, and that they really are starting to experience more life flowing through them. Man, I'm getting healthier. Now, imagine they understood that, and they're not referring. Does it make any sense?
Yeah, none whatsoever.
None whatsoever. So here's the deal. Step one, get them to get it.
Yeah.
Right? I've read so many different scripts over the years from the different management companies, and they've made me pull my hair out. Not really. But listen, I want to let you know today that we're going to do a detailed consultation, and I want to let you know that we serve families here. And you need to know up front that you're going to need to bring your children in, because our mission here is to take care of families.
Yeah.
Right? And I always go, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I mean, I get it. It comes from, well, if you got a big enough why and the vision is big enough. But imagine you have something going on. You never met this chiropractor before, and you start, before they even talk to you about what's going on with you, they're already trying to get your kids in.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's that kind of stuff that drives me crazy. It's all about me. It's all about my mission. It's all about chiropractic. And you know what? They don't care. They don't care. What do they care about, Angus?
Well, they really care about themselves, and in this case, their headache, if that's what they've come in with.
That's what they care about.
Yeah.
So I want to meet them where they're at. Now imagine you got them to that point. And then in the report of findings, when they're going, oh, thank God. Like literally, they will say that. God, I get it. I'm scale of -10 to +10 with 0 being comfort. I'm a -4. I'm really unhealthy. They're not just talking about their pain anymore. I'm unhealthy, and I want to get healthy. And I get that you can help me get healthy and stay healthy, and I'm so thankful. Hey, Angus, by now most people recognize that this is more of a health problem than a back problem, and they really want to get healthy and stay healthy. And boy, all the time people are asking us if they can get their family checked. To that end, we'd like to give you an opportunity to get your family checked. Would you like to do that?
Yeah.
See, it's such a simple, easy thing. So step one, get them to get it.
Yeah.
Step two, deliver the goods. Help them have a great experience.
Yeah.
Now they want to refer. Now the only question is, do they know they can refer?
Yeah.
And do they know how to refer? Well, the odds are they don't. So we do all kinds of internal opportunities to allow them to refer in family and friends. And we want to know how to ask for referrals. So the truth is, you shouldn't have to ask for referrals. They should just refer. But once you don't have to ask for referrals, you want to know how to ask for referrals. So look, I don't know how much we'll go into right now, but there's really two pieces of the puzzle. One, how do I open the conversation about referrals? Two, listen to this. How do I get them emotionally involved so they want to refer their friend or family in? And how can I teach them to do it? Don't kid yourself. The odds are they don't know how to refer.
Yeah.
Right? Don't kid yourself. When you say, boy, do you have any friends? You know, do you happen to know anyone? Well, great, give them this. Where does that end up? It ends up in the back of their car until they throw it away. You've got to get them emotionally involved with a person, with a human being that they are going to speak with. And I'm going to teach them how to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach them how to open that conversation, and I'm going to teach them how to bring that person into the office.
Yeah.
Right? So if they get it, if they value it, and they're having a good experience, well, heck, then it's easy. Open the conversation and show them how to bring them in.
Yeah, and this is really built on the foundation. If this is the first of these videos that you've watched, then perhaps if you have a look around the website, chiropracticmasterclass.com, or perhaps you're watching this from Facebook at the moment there too. On two previous interviews with Russ, we really spoke about why do chiropractors fail at communication to begin with, and then also why do we fail to inspire long-term relationships. And then when you start to take the way that we spoke about those as well, and then run this through this filter, you can start to understand the difference that will make with regards to inspiring internal referrals in your practice. And this will be something, Russ, we'll certainly touch on this at greater depth on the Communication Masterclass that you're coming over here. Is that right?
We'll be going to extreme detail of how to get people to get that big picture, of how to absolutely want it. That we'll do in the nth degree of detail, yes.
You know, I was listening to it was a podcast recently, and the guy was running the podcast, and he said the only difference between and he's an American guy, between a $1 bill and a $100 bill is the message, is what's written on there, is the communication. And it got me thinking about, the difference between a heroic practice, one that serves the community, that has strong internal referrals, that builds long-term relationships from there, and perhaps one that doesn't, is the message. Everything else is the same. The same between that $1 bill and then the $100 bill. It's the message from there too. And that's why both Tony Rose and myself are very excited to have you coming over to Melbourne would be Sydney on July 5th and then Melbourne July 12th for the Communication Masterclass. So I just want to encourage those of you that are listening, if this is starting to feel like it kind of fits your model of how chiropractic should be communicated, then I want to invite you along to share a day of which Tony and I are very, very confident will be a day that will help change your practice and again help to kind of move chiropractic further forwards here in Australia as well. So Russ, we look forward to seeing you in July over here in Australia. So thanks again for your time.
Aloha, mate.